Hello and welcome back to another video. This video is my September wrap up. Super excited. So I read 6 books this month and I read 1,988 pages. I've decided to stop keeping track of hours because it's starting to annoy me having to use a timer all the time. So I read 2 audiobooks and 4 physical books, which I actually forgot to grab one of those. Whoops, forgot I read this. And actually, I just lent one of the books I read this month to a friend, so I will put up a photo of it. I do have it physically, I just don't have it with me at the moment. But yeah, let's dive right in. So at the beginning of the month, I read Three Dark Crowns by Kendare Blake. Again, I'll put a screenshot of it up here. I gave that book 3.75 stars. I really enjoyed it. I read it on my Kindle. I really enjoyed it. I liked the 3 sisters and their different dynamics, their different personalities, and that story was really interesting. It was my first ever dark fantasy, YA dark fantasy, and it was dark. I will tell you that it was dark, but probably not as dark as it can get. It wasn't that bad. Yeah, so I did really enjoy that one. I'll link all the videos down below of what I read, like what videos I read these books in. And then next I read One Dark Throne. Again, we'll put it up here, which was the second book in the Three Dark Crown series, and I gave this one also 3.75 stars. I did really enjoy this book. This one was a bit longer than the first one, which I didn't mind. This I definitely think they're both equal in my mind. They both like felt, why I give them the same review is a rating. They both hit the same, which is great because it's consistent in the series. I don't know if this whole series is going to be consistently 3.75 stars. Who knows? But it was really good. Again, like the character development was great. A lot of the stuff that happened in this book was crazy. There was quite a few plot twists that I didn't see coming. But yeah, really enjoyed that. So then I read Romeo and Juliet, which was a reread for me, the only reread this month, and I gave it 4 stars. I love Romeo and Juliet. It's one of my favorite Shakespeare plays. Well, my favorite Shakespeare play is Hamlet, but I do love Romeo and Juliet. It's a good second. And yeah, I feel like I don't really have to explain what Romeo and Juliet is. I feel like everybody knows. I read that, 4 stars. That's what I gave it when I first read it. I decided to keep the rating. Didn't really change in my head. Then I read Skyward, which that's the other physical book I have that I lent to a friend. So Skyward I gave 4.5 stars. That's a high review for me for a sci-fi. It's by Brandon Sanderson. Incredible book, 10 out of 10 recommend. I am not a huge sci-fi fan, but that book got that high of a rating out of me, and I have the second one now, which hopefully I'll be reading soon. I really enjoyed Skyward. I genuinely, for like kind of soft DNFing it at one point to picking it up again, I think that was actually a good idea, because if I would have read it back when I wasn't in the mood for it, I probably wouldn't have liked it as much. And this time around I was in like the right mindset to get into this book. So it's so good. I loved the world building. I mean, Brandon Sanderson's known for his world building, so it was incredible. Spensa was great. She really had a lot of redeeming qualities by the end of the book. The character growth, the storyline, the plot twist at the end of that, and the cliffhanger. Incredible. I loved that book. It was probably my favorite book of the entire month. And then I read The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams. I gave this book 3 stars. Yeah, I gave this book 3 stars. It was cute. It was a nice little football romance. I don't have a whole lot of thoughts about it. I'm definitely gonna read the next one because there's 2 in this series. But yeah, it was good. It was cute. I didn't understand some of it because I'm not a huge football fan. But it was a nice read. It was a good read. Don't really have a whole lot to say about this one, or honestly the next one. Then I read Always and Forever Laura Jean, which is the 3rd and final book in the To All the Boys I Loved Before series by Jenny Han. I gave this book 2.5 stars. I did not like this book, if it's not evident by the very short rating I gave. I did not like this book. I did not like Peter and Laura Jean's relationship in this book. It was very boring for all 325 pages of this book. I was very bored. Compared to how much I loved the first one, the second and third ones were just, they missed for me. And then the last book I read and DNF'd this month, which it's not, I don't know why I didn't grab it, 1 second, was Allegiant, the third and final book in the Divergent trilogy. So if you've read all of the Divergent trilogy, good for you, because I could not finish this book. I was 50% of the way through it, and I was so bored. Like, I loved Divergent. The first book was incredible. It's so good. The second one, I hated. I gave that one like 2 stars. This one I didn't even get through. This one I DNF'd. I couldn't. Tris was getting on my nerves. The plot was lacking. There really wasn't anything going on for all 50% of this book other than a bunch of info dumping, which isn't like information dumping, which isn't something you typically get in the third book. By the time you get to the third book, you kind of should know everything, but because of the storyline in this third book, the main characters are thrusted into a place that they know nothing about. So we're getting a bunch of info dumping, which isn't fun, by the way, when you spent, like, it's... I know I'm just complaining at this point, and I don't love ranting about books I don't like, but I couldn't get through it. I got to 50%. I read half of it, and I was so bored. I've never really loved Tris as a main character, so it missed the mark. Both Insurgent and Allegiant have both missed the mark for me. So if you're like someone who really liked Divergent, just leave it at Divergent. You do not need to pick up the other 2 books. Unless you really want to, just leave it at Divergent, because I'm telling you, it's not worth it. I've been seeing a lot of videos of, like, should you work through the first book to get to the rest of the series? Like, is the series worth it to get past the first book? Divergent's the opposite. Read the first book, don't worry about the other 2. Look, Veronica Roth, I'm not saying she's a bad author. I'm just saying that she kind of missed the mark with these latter 2. So, there's that. So yeah, those are all 6 of the books that I read this month. And yeah, it's a very short video. I hope you all enjoyed this video and enjoyed the videos prior to this. I will again link those down below if you want to hear my reactions and thoughts about these books in, I guess, more in-depth ways. Yeah, thanks for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!